Hello, welcome. I've been attacked by Intelligent Systems Inc. Of the Fire Emblem franchise and others. We're back today. Normally, I would say we're gonna wrap up this banner, but then the thing that I've been, joking about for the last 4 weeks came true, and now we have Thorr. So great. I do have a plan for Micaiah. I think we are one away, as per the last video, which is great. But like this is just unfair. Anyway, thank you, members. Thank you. There's a lot of you now, because gifting has been enabled on this channel. Great. I have no idea what these cards are going to look like anymore. I may just start putting them after this one, depending on how much effort it actually involves. I may just start putting them at the end of every video, along with the end card, because I add that anyway. And there's like over 100 of you now. So if you'd like to make my life even slightly more complicated by adding your name to the list, you can check the link in the description on how to become a member. I have multiple tiers, and you get emotes with all of them, such as the one that is possibly keeping this video monetized via the recent sticker request in the Discord. So there you go. Anyway, that's enough of preamble. I think let's just hippity hop on into it like the good little bunnies that we are. Okay, there's nothing there for me. Great, love that. No blue. Literally no blue to start with. That's so cool. I love that. I love that for us. When in doubt, I'm probably just gonna pull green. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, what do I actually give SR near trace? Like, what do I actually give SR near trace? I don't know. I genuinely don't know who I'd give that to. I have like, what do you do? What do you do with that? Give it to Nifl, I guess, is what you do. But like, that's crazy, right? That'd be silly. So I don't really see the point in pulling for Nifl at this stage of the game. I have other priorities, frankly, and her name is Thorr, and so that's what we're gonna try and nab today. I don't know how many we'll get. I'm hoping it's many. Assuming it's few. That's pretty much my motto these days. You know what I mean? Let me try and find some questions that we can go through, because that seems like a fair use of our time. You know what I mean? Oh, also, by the way, I talked about this in a live stream. I haven't actually made a comment about it in a video yet, which I know is like 88% of how you guys interact with me. There will be a squad submission form in the description. You can check that out. It's open to anybody, and I'm gathering submissions for a potential future video. So bring the good. It is called Impress Me with Your Squad. So like I assume that you would bring your A game. I may jump around just a little bit here. And there is one more Q&A and summon that hasn't come out yet. So just be aware that some things may not be answered just yet. But yes, squad submission in the description. Check that out if you're feeling, I don't know, lucky ducky. I haven't done bigger live streams that involve like viewer submissions and stuff in a while, and that's mostly because I've been like super busy. So please continue to bear with me for the time being. The house is coming together slowly, but you know it's mostly just me, and then occasionally Jenna follows me around with like a vacuum as I'm sanding down walls. For like 6 hours. It's really tiring too. I have a whoop strap. Double Altana, interesting. I have a whoop strap. It tells me like I can spend an hour sanding a wall and I'll burn like 800 calories. Like it's pretty crazy. So yeah, there's just, you know, I'm tired at the end of the day. I don't have it in me to stream, man. I don't know what else to say. I ain't got it in me. So yeah, that's mostly why I haven't done big streams. I did do a stream on Saturday last week. I don't remember. But you know, I'll try and do one a week as I'm going through. But again, just remember they may be low energy if I find time and energy to do them. I may not be bringing my A game, just FYI. But we did do a recent live stream where I knew that gifting had been enabled. It took me a minute to figure out how to do it because creators like the streamer, right, on YouTube. And this pro tip for any other YouTubers out there that have this option available to them. On your dashboard as you're live streaming, you can't gift from there. You have to go to your channel into your actual live stream broadcast, like a viewer would be viewing, right? And then you have to click the chat, and then you have to gift from there. So it took me a minute. I became a member to myself again to try and do it. It was just a lot. A lot to try and figure out from the streamer side, okay? But as a viewer, it was relatively easy. I wish that, you know, they would optimize it for me so that I wouldn't have to go through a bunch of hoops to gift memberships to my viewers. But you know, that's neither here nor there. It's not important. Not important. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Have I hit all the things that I think I wanted to update on? Oh, that's sad. That makes me sad. We've lost a lot of talent this year, man. And we're not even halfway through July yet. It's so tragic. It really has given me like an existential crisis. Not to be a downer, but like I think about things more frequently than I should these days. With like, you know, stuff like that. It's so tragic, the amount of talent that we've lost this year. So soon too, man. Like it's just awful. Anyway, not to be a downer, let's hop into some. Let's hop into some questions. This is from Dragoon Prime. Poggers. From the Forging Bonds event, we learned that Rhea falls because of despair. Fair. What reason does Rhea have to fall into despair on Silver Snow if Violet, the rest of the side of them, saves her in the end? Well, you know, maybe you don't save her. Maybe you don't save her. Also, I don't think that's our timeline. FYI. I don't think that's our timeline. I think Fallen Rhea is like not that timeline. I don't think she's good ending Silver Snow. Yeah, I don't know if that's the canon. I feel like that's not the canon. I feel like the canon route is Silver Snow, as has been emphasized by Intelligent Systems. However, it's not the one where Rhea comes out okay, right? That's kind of how I feel about it. I feel like Silver Snow, sad Rhea ending is actually the canon ending, which may be brave of me to say. I don't know, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Blue, or at least getting some blue. So normally we get a 5-star like every 10 to 15. we're kind of coming up on that cusp, unless we're just gonna have an absolutely awful summon, which very well, like, may be the case here, to be perfectly honest with you. So there's that. But I'm hoping that's not the case. Right? I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. If we can, I'm gonna spark her no matter what. If we can get to +1, that'd be great. I feel like 160-ish orbs, whatever that would be. That would be great if we could get to +1. I'd be totally happy with that. That would be zany and awesome and great, and yeah, I'd be very thrilled. Be very thrilled with that. We're at 3/4. Great. So it's just about that time for another 3-star. Evidently. Cool. Cool. Love that. Love that for us. I'm up crazy early, by the way. Just FYI. I'm like, I got up early to go look at paint samples at Home Depot, and I did so early because I am terrified to go into public places. Because number one, I am naturally like borderline agoraphobic anyway, and then number two, pandemic really did a number on me. So I have just so many fears of just being outside nowadays. So I went when it was like really early, and I was hopefully not a lot of people, and there weren't that many people on like a Thursday morning situation type deal, which is nice. I did appreciate the fact that there weren't a lot of people in there, but yeah, it was stressful. It was definitely stressful. It was stressful. It was really stressful. Yeah. So anyway, point being, thank you, Home Depot, for not. No one approached me asking me if I needed help. It was really nice. I got to be left alone, and I got to look at the wall of paint colors, even though we had them narrowed down, but now she's got more. It's a little disconcerting. I'm hoping that like we stick to the plan here, but I feel like she's gonna detour. I know Jenna is one of those people who's not good with choices, and so she also thinks that paint color is permanent based on how, because of the way she was raised. I assume I'm like, we could just paint it again if you don't like the color that much. But for some reason she thinks she's stuck with it for like the next forever, basically. But like, you know, we're getting there. We're going through like exposure therapy to get her aware of the fact that you can just change stuff in your house, and it's not like an apartment where you can't do anything. But yeah, so that was my morning. Another question. Somewhere, maybe. What are your favorite books and movies? I genuinely don't have time, Gutsu. Thank you for your question. I genuinely don't have time for books and movies. I will usually just watch like series. Whether it's like a show or an anime or you know, something along those lines. Because I can like stop it and pick it up later, and they're in like shorter bursts usually. Except the newest season of Stranger Things, which had like almost a 3-hour finale, which was insane. That was basically a movie. But typically I like to sit down and ingest things that are like 20 to 40 minutes long per beat. And so if I want to go longer, I'll go longer, and if I can't, then I, because like I'm the type of person who can't stop in the middle of a movie. I feel like I get completely pulled out of the atmosphere, and it bothers me. Straight up bothers me when when I have to like break in the middle of a movie or something. It's not okay. It's not okay. And so I try to avoid that whenever possible. And lately, I don't have a lot of time where I'm just like sitting down and focusing. Thank God it's not a 5-star. I mean, it is, but it's not. It is, but it's not. I think we should get double rate up for that when that happens. When you get a 4-star special, you just automatically get bumped up a full percentage point for a 5-star focus. That's how I feel like it should be. But I mean, that's not the case, obviously. So. That is what it is. I am supposed to be pulling blue, right? Books, I don't really read that much anymore either. Which is sad. I do have, Reggie Fils-Aimé's book that came out earlier this spring, I think it was, in like March sometime. I haven't read it yet, but I'm waiting to get it on audiobook, because that's about the only way I can like enjoy a book. Oh, Foresight, you absolute ass. Oh god, it hurts. I almost said something very demonetizable. God. All this for what? Utter garbage. Honestly, I don't even want to put him up here. I guess I have to, because bylaws and whatnot. Oh god. This is like a worst case scenario, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it the stack. This is one of the worst case scenarios where I go basically the entire summon session and then I get an utterly useless pity break. That feels really bad. I'm not gonna lie. That feels really bad. That feels really bad. Yeah, that feels really freaking bad. That feels awful, actually. That feels really, really garbage. Well, I want something that's focused. Might as well. Might as well throw 11 orbs at my problem and see if it goes away. Ugh, I hate you, Foresight. Anytime I play Shadows of Valentia, he's not on my team. Officially. He's just not. I've been hurt too many times. It's okay, guys. We were at 4 1/4. That means we're only at 3 1/4 because we were over the 4% mark. God, I hate everything. You know, I don't want to summon anymore. I'm at that point where, like, I try and balance summon content, but it's tough when they keep throwing favorites at me like this. Like, it's really, I'm gonna just stop liking characters, I think is my plan, and then I won't. Then I won't feel inclined to or expected to summon. I think, hey, we're at 3.5 because we pulled extras. Nice. We love that. Not that it matters. Because, like, rate up is evidently a freaking lie. I lose a lot of 50-50s these days, bro. I did get Castoria in, like, 16 tickets, though. Ups and downs. I also got Summer Musashi to MP5, which was kind of sick. And like outside of the GSSR polls in Fake Out, I'm free to play. So I guess it's helpful when you literally only pull for like 2 or 3 characters in that entire game. But you know, it feels, I don't know, it feels unrewarding to be. Fate Go is one of those where you definitely have to stay for like a really long time. Because it, you know, the rates are so. I think they're Mark guy. I think they're engaging with some sort of pity system, but I don't know how. I don't know how good it is. TBH. All right, come on, dude. You telling me I'm doing 40 sums and all I got was this awful Foresight? For real, for real. On God, no cap on a stack. Well, I did say it. Okay, so focus units just don't exist in my game. You know, they're throwing a lot of favorites at me, but the pulls have been so bad. My pulls have been so bad in Fae the last, like, 6 weeks that it makes me not want to summon at all. It genuinely doesn't. I'm not trying to be like, you know, ooh, salty. I'm not trying to be. God, this isn't even good anymore. That's so sad. That is. Oh God, serious? What happened to you, man? You used to be so good. Okay, well, just do away with it. It's gone forever. Gone forever. I got basically useless fodder. Serious isn't like that bad. Serious isn't so bad. But like, yeah, this is going really poorly. This is going really poorly. I know my hate watchers out there are like frothing at the mouth right now. Like, you know, sometimes I want to win. Sometimes I'd like a win. That'd be great. If I could stop being teased with all these great characters that I like, and then also just be like, no. That'd be great. It'd be great if you could do that for me. Yes. Because eventually I'm just gonna stop spending. Like, I will do it for the content. I don't see the purpose in like spending for personal pleasure. That ended for me like year 3 or 4. We're in year 6 now, and I have a house. So, you know, you're either gonna let me be lucky here, IS, or I'm just gonna stop spending on your game. And then, you know, what happens? I don't know. Everything falls apart. The whole plan is ruined. And why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? I don't understand. That just seems silly to me. But hey, I get, you know, I'm not the CEO of IS Inc. So I guess yeah, it's whatever. Ben Schneider has a question about something. Let's see what it is. 2 ban-related questions. Great, love that topic. Love the topic. Couldn't be more thrilled. Will there ever be another TMS banner? I asked this before, but that was before Choose Your Legends when TMS did quite well. No, there won't be. Could it be July so that non-TMS people can save orbs for Choose Your Legends? No, there's never going to be another Token Mirage Sessions banner. There's just not. I don't think it's sold well enough. And now they're just, I think they're adverse to doing spin-off stuff, frankly. You know, they could just keep pumping out 3 houses banners and be totally content with that. Because people pull on it. And they throw in Tellius characters, which Tellius fans are just being attacked all the time, by the way. Everybody's like, too much Tellius in like 2019? I think 2020, somewhere around there. Look, Tellius fans, we didn't want that. Okay. Not that I'm speaking for all Tellius fans, but personally, you know. Wow, not a single focus in 40. Woof, bro. Woof. Absolute garbage. Give me my freaking Thor, you ferocity of a game. Ew. This is gross. I feel gross right now. I feel gross and awful and ew. Well, we got her. Yay. I'm so happy. Yeah. This is like in Genshin when you know you're going to get a 50-50. Like, you know you lost your first 50-50 and now you're like guaranteed to get it. And so you're just pulling and pulling and just waiting until like you have to spend enough to get it. That's very much what that felt like. And it's such a bad feeling. It's such a bad feeling, dude. Anyway, it takes all the fun out of summoning when you're like, just get me to the end, please. Anyway, will there be 3 houses summer banner and predictions on who it will feature? Well, this was submitted in June, so. Yeah, there will be a 3 houses summer banner. I don't think that's surprising though, for what that's worth. I think everybody kind of saw that coming, for reasons I just emphasized about why there probably won't ever be another TMS banner. There just won't be, because they can literally take 3 houses, put it in anything, and it will sell. Because you know the game as it is like a phenomenon, right? It brought a lot of fans to the game. It's no different than Awakening, right? Like when Awakening dropped, you had a lot more Fire Emblem fans show up, and so that's why there was a lot of Awakening in Fae the first 2.5 years. because it's all they focus on. Even though they had almost 30 years of games, right? Fire Emblem's a pretty old title, or franchise, I guess I should say. But they focused on Awakening because that's what players were familiar with, right? And there may be some sort of market data that shows like older fans don't like gachas, or they don't do mobile games or whatever. I don't know if that's true or not, but there could be something around that where they're specifically trying to target a very central demographic. Or point is, Three Houses is a great game. Has a lot of relatable characters. It has voice acting, which allows for the actual actors to go out and promote the game at conventions and things like that. People get known for it, and so there's crossover there, and it's more marketable. There's a lot of reasons. It's not just a bias. Okay, there's a lot of reasons why they would focus more on like the newer games. And as we're in some sort of like Three Houses fanatic situation now, presently, right? When the new Fire Emblem game comes out, they're probably going to do the same thing. They will probably still do Three Houses banners because, again, it brought a lot of fans to the franchise in that time, who are now probably retained players of Fae, right? But they will probably pump out more new Fire Emblem game compared to the other ones. But, in fairness, they have done a pretty good job, I think, of kind of mixing the pot a little bit. Whereas it used to be very, like, Fates and Awakening centric. And then we kind of went into this spiel where it was just Helios. And then we went to a spiel where it was just Vogelin. Right? I think they're doing a much better job of pacing out titles to be featured, which is nice. I like everybody to get a little bit of something. I do not like being attacked like this. Believe it or not, I don't like doing summon videos sometimes. This is one of those times. I just need a break. I just need a break sometimes. Yeah. But I think overall they do a good job of spreading the love better than they did. There's always room for improvement. Right. It can always be better. We can always say, oh well, they should have done this, should have done that. But I think overall, they're doing a better job, and I'm happy about that. I genuinely am. Look, guys, I would be thrilled. For me personally, if there was nothing I wanted the rest of the year and next year, I'm good for the next 18 months. Straight up. Couldn't care less. That is my current mood, man. That's my current mood. Let me save on stuff for like a year. Then we see what happens. You know what I mean? I cannot possibly assume that there will be more than 6 characters or units I genuinely care about next year. As I say that. But like, really though. I would love to not have to care about any for like a really long time. But I know that Awakening Tiki's coming up. God, this is so painful. This is actually so painful. I know that Awakening Tiki's coming up, which is great. Really stoked that she did so well in Shushu Legends. There's probably a high expectation there that I plus 10 or something. I don't know what the expectation is, but I'm not gonna live with that expectation, if that makes sense to you. Because there comes a point where like, oh, haha, funny whale, hee hee, and that's great. I'm glad I can give you your laughs and your giggles. But like, we're reaching, yes, freaking finally, bro. We're reaching a point where someone from Intelligent Systems is legitimately watching my channel and specifically targeting me. And like, that's not okay. Straight up, that's not okay. Plus defense minus speed. Let's just... We'll just put a little pin in that one. Like, okay, if we spend 100 orbs per unit, fine. But don't give me nonsense like Foresight. Okay? Just straight up. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Give me the focus. That's what I'm pulling for. I'm not pulling for a Foresight. That's insane. Why would I ever do that? I have Brave Hector. I don't need a Foresight. Brave Hector does everything. I guess that's your fault. That's your fault for coming out with too good of a blue armor. Okay? Just straight up. Don't punish me for that. Isn't it crazy how there's like characters that are basically, unless you really like them, there's no reason to build them. Isn't that nuts? Nuts. I guess that's what happens when you have like 1,200 characters in the franchise. There's a lot of Fire Emblem characters. I think are we over? I think like over 900 for catalog at this point. Which I am dripping further and further away. I used to be within like 20. I don't think I'm there anymore. my catalog collection is dwindling with every new banner that comes out because I'm not pulling for catalog anymore. I'm just pulling for favorites at this point because I have to, because that's what they keep giving me. You know what I mean? I'm just out here trying to survive, man. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm out here trying to survive. They ain't safe on these streets. All right. Hey, another Lucas. Surely we have another question from Mika. I feel like I always mess up their name, even though I've asked for verification if I've said it correctly before, and they always say yes, but I never remember how I say it because I'm an idiot. Bottom left never fails, right? That's what they say. All right, Mika says, very heavy one. Oh, okay. I will prepare myself. I graduated with a degree in 2021 and applied to jobs for a year straight. Absolutely nothing coming my way. I'm feeling rather disenchanted with my opportunities in this country because I just simply cannot move, funds don't allow, or move forward. What do you suggest I do to keep myself motivated to try? Field is film. Okay. Additionally, I want to move to Canada in the near future. Should I try for that as a venture or goal? Film. So, I will say, I'm not punting this question, but Kevin, if you are watching this video and you have made it thus far, if you'd like to drop a little helpful comment, so my friend Kevin, whom has been on the channel before, you guys may or may not have seen him based on how recently you have joined. He is he's basically in that industry, or is aspiring to be in that industry, because it is very hard to break into, and a lot of it is connections, I think is a fair way of putting it. I would say, if you can't move, I don't know where you're located. I'm assuming you're in the US and you're hoping to go to Canada at some point. For what it's worth, I feel like Canada does have a fair amount of studio work, based on where they're filming for series and things like that. Another good hub I know of is Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, I'll take it. It's not an Eirika, but I'm genuinely pretty okay with this one. I'm gonna keep it a stack. This is fine. Not a focus. Again, still not a focus. Still no focus, but we take these. This is a dub. I consider this a dub. I consider this a dub. This is a big dub. This is a big dub for me. We're absolutely winning right now. We love this a lot. Letizia. Alright, cool. See, this is why I didn't go gangbuster on her banner. Because I was just like, yep. Yep. Alright, cool. We're back to 0 again. Great. Okay. Atlanta is a good hub. Wilmington, North Carolina is somewhere I used to live. And back before they stopped caring about tax credits and things for film. They used to be a fairly good hub for film work. I don't think that's the case anymore. Everybody moved to Atlanta for that. LA obviously, but like I said, I don't know where you're at, and if you can't move, then that's a little rough. I'm also not sure if what you actually want to do within film, because it's a pretty broad field, right? There's a lot of stuff you can do in it. I'm assuming when you say that your field is film, that you want to make films, like shoot films, and not necessarily like act in them or do like scene setup or staging or prop cost, stuff like that. I assume that that's not the case and that you want to actually shoot and record footage for films. I will say that we have limited time on the earth, and at the end of the day, I stay motivated to do what I do out of, this is maybe not a great motivator, fear of regret. It's a great motivator for me, maybe not the most positive one, but at the end of the day, I don't want to look back and be like, probably should have done that. You know what I mean? Probably should have done that. Because you don't get a lot of second chances, right? And so you gotta, not to be that guy, but sometimes you gotta make your own way through sheer perseverance. And that has been me a lot of the ways. Look, I've been unemployed multiple times. Hey, we're just really unlucky with Thor's every time. God, it hurts. We're really unlucky with Thor's. That's all it is, guys. I should have been pulling for Eirika's this whole time, just randomly. Physically painful. It's actually physically painful. She's neutral. People are gonna think I sparked her, but I didn't. That's nutty. Yeah. So point is, no, all right, sure, why not? Point is, you should pursue whatever endeavors you want. How am I not getting Thor's? Like, straight up, how am I just not getting Thor's? I just pulled a 3% colorless focus on a whim. On a whim. Bro, what? The heck? Okay. Alright. I'm not... Look. Hey, look. Hey, look. Lyon? You want to show up too? You want to drop in also? Water's warm. No, from okay. No. Well, we tried. Yeah, that was back-to-back Eirika and Nifl. That is weird. Anyway, ooh, that's lucky. Anyway, point is, you should pursue what you're interested in, even if it's difficult, right? What is meant to be will be, and if you not to be like, if you pray hard enough, because that never works. But if you make conscious decisions to, focus on the path that you want to be on, and you continue to make efforts in that manner, and it's not just hoping and wishing, then I think you will achieve what you are meant to. That is how I feel about it. Just genuinely, because at the end of the day, that's all you got, right? I never knew if I'd hit 10,000 subs here. I put in the work. I went day in, day out, and I kept putting in efforts that would likely yield to success eventually. That's what I did. I think that's what life is. I think life is just this string of events, either with or without, your intention, that kind of pushes you towards a finish line that you're meant to be at. And sometimes the road is harder than it is, sometimes it's not. Sometimes people fall into stuff much easier. My sister is a great example of that. My sister hasn't had a lot of hardships. She's never been unemployed. She graduated from college, relatively debt-free, and immediately landed a job with the federal government. So it's like, you know, some people luck out. And, you know, not to discredit her or her efforts, right? Because that's not something I want to do. But some people just have that stuff work out for them. Other people have to work a lot harder. And I feel like film is one of those industries where you got to work a lot harder. Unfortunately, that's just the game, which, for better or worse, is what it is. But I hope some of that helped. I hope that was slightly helpful, and that my ramblings and advice weren't completely moot. Or, you know, I hope what I have said is semi-irrelevant. I'm just not a fan of Est, man. I'm not at this stage of my life. I'm just not there, you know. I'm not an Est fan. I'm a Pala guy. Team Pala all the way. Auntie Brian, who is allegedly a subscriber now. Questionable. May, someday you and Bowie will get an alt, man. How do you have time for life working 40 plus hours a week? How aren't you tired? Working should be illegal. I've subscribed to Play Dokkan now. I believe the last time we had an interaction like this, I said subscribe and we'll see what happens. I'm not playing Dokkan, so there you go. That is what it is. How do I have time for life? I make time. My days are rarely ever relaxing. That is the secret. I'm constantly just doing stuff. But you know, that's fine. Retirement is just around the corner, probably. Yeah, no, I just, you know, I'm out here doing what I can. It is hard to balance once in a while. It does get difficult to balance that sometimes. Sometimes I feel guilty for not doing more on YouTube, which is not a healthy mindset to be in, obviously. Ooh, hello. Well, bottom left never fails, right? So sometimes I force myself to like take a break, or I'll like schedule stuff out so that I don't have to sit and do YouTube-y things for like a couple days at a time. My weekend was basically like that for the most part. Working should not be illegal. Just some people enjoy doing the work. It just, you know, it gets a little tiring sometimes. I am tired also, to follow up on that question. Speaking of, actually, there's no good segue. That's the end. That's how we did, man. That's how we did. It went poorly, for the most part. We got back-to-back Nifl Eirika. 3 summons after Letizia. That's actually so dumb. That's actually so stupid. That's actually so stupid, bro. That's so dumb. Oh my god. Okay. Well, there's Xander. This is how we started. It got off to a really bad start. It got less bad the further we went. Still bad. Still not great. Still could be better. Anywho, we didn't get Lyon, but you know, it's probably fine, I guess. Tag Vents Ideal is something I'll bite myself for later. Thank you again to members. If you're still here, thank you, members. This is another big one, so appreciate all of the long summon sessions. I don't know if I'm gonna go back in. Like I said, it's up in the air at this point. we'll find out. But like I said, I do want to try and balance summon content and then other content, right? That's the goal. That's the dream. Just getting really hit hard by banners lately, man. This is rough. It's actually rough. I will have some more orbs. I haven't done like any of the story chapters or Tempest Trials or anything like that. Like it's literally like 8:30 in the morning that I started doing this. So I haven't really had time for anything else. So yeah, we'll find out. But hey, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Let me know how your summon session went. I'd like to complain more about mine, but post Spark, things got better. Like, a lot better. I am genuinely shocked that I got a back-to-back Eirika Nifl, and like it took me like 300 orbs just to get a Thorr. That's insane. But yeah, that's gotcha, I guess. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks again. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, ring a bell, YouTube things. And reminder, because it's been a minute, there is a squad submission form in the description. You can check that out. But that's it for right now. So thanks again, and until then, I will catch you next time.